कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन। हम देखते हैं कि इंडिया लेवल पर आपका नाम बहुत ही, हर स्टूडेंट्स जो भी हैं वो हर कोई मनीष मल्होत्रा के इंस्टीट्यूट में मनीष मल्होत्रा के ड्रेस को फॉलो करता है, लेकिन अब ग्लोबल लेवल पर आप आ रहे हैं, इंटरनेशनल लेवल पर आप आ रहे हैं, तो ये थोड़ा जानना चाहेंगे कि क्या कुछ है और क्या कुछ धमाका करने वाले हैं
वेल INIFD एक बहुत अच्छा इंस्टीट्यूट है, मैं उनके इंस्टीट्यूट्स पे गया हूँ, जयपुर रहा है या बॉम्बे रहा है, आई बीन टू देयर इंस्टीट्यूट्स, आई मेट देयर स्टूडेंट्स एंड लंदन स्कूल ऑफ ट्रेंड्स एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जो INIFD को सपोर्ट करती है और INIFD LST को सपोर्ट करता है. सो द थिंग इज़ दैट व्हेन द बोथ ऑफ देम केम टू मी टुगेदर एंड दे सेड कि दिस कुड बी a class that you do and speak to people on their website and all of that. I thought it was a very good idea because I'm not a teacher, but yet I'm in conversation with all the students. और इस इन कॉन्वर्सेशन सीरीज़ के अंदर मैं अपने एक्सपीरियंसेस के बारे में बात कर रहा हूँ, मैंने क्या सोचा, क्या समझा और क्या जाना है इस एंटायर जर्नी में. It's been 28 years of movies and 13 years now to my label. So I've also been lucky to see both the spectrums, costume design भी और फैशन वीक से लेके कलेक्शंस, ब्राइडल कलेक्शंस, सब कुछ. तो मैंने बहुत काम किया है जो मैं अभी भी करता हूँ and I love to work. So it's actually a way of being in touch with everybody and speaking to young students and hopefully inspiring them.
जी नेहा जी, आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे इनके मनीष जी के बारे में, and जो ग्लोबल लेवल पर अब जो इस तरह से प्लेटफॉर्म आने वाले हैं, क्या टेक होता है आपका?
I think education in any form is very very good, and when an expert who's not just somebody जिन्होंने एक field में it's almost like, and I don't mean to say it in a bad way, but this is almost like a big compliment. He's the best professor in fashion you can find in the country or even internationally. और जब INIFD और LSD जैसे बहुत ही renowned institutions एक साथ आते हैं and they form a course with Manish spearheading the entire thing, and that is something that is very consciously price sensitive. It's a very very big effort to make sure that his talent is spread not just to the consumers and the customers but also to the students, to see that I may be going ahead of myself, but there could be many more Manish Malhotras. Even if our generation sees one more, yeah, it's a win on this course.
मनीष जी, सब कुछ ऑनलाइन रखा है आपने, कोई खास वजह?
Well, actually, पहली बात तो ये क्वेश्चन है INIFD के लिए और लंदन स्कूल ऑफ ट्रेंड्स के लिए. जब ये हमने, आई थिंक ऑनलाइन इज़ द बेस्ट वे टू रीच आउट टू यंगस्टर्स टुडे, एंड बहुत मुश्किल होगा मुझे मैं हर इंस्टीट्यूट को, दो आई डू मैनी विजिट्स टू ऑल द इंस्टीट्यूट्स एज वेल, मगर डे टू डे वहाँ जाना इज़ नॉट पॉसिबल बिकॉज मेरा इतना वर्क है. तो आई थिंक द बेस्ट वे वॉज टू connect this way.
Any reason to fight traffic?
Yes.
I think the generation of today is not even, they're not even millennials, they're ahead of that.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
The minute you say online and they say that they're consuming content, if it's pocket content and they're consuming it on their palm, तब उनको लगेगा कि हाँ हम पढ़ाई नहीं कर रहे. अगर उनका फ़ोन छीन लेंगे तो वो पढ़ाई भी नहीं करेंगे. This is the right way to feed them information and educate them, and at the same time give them what they really want. It is the need of the hour. I don't think anybody follows a textbook anymore.
और मुझे एक्चुअली बहुत अच्छा लगता है because the thing is that I haven't studied. मैंने बहुत मेहनत की, बहुत सीखा है, and with this course I'm actually just speaking about my experiences, and it's about actually talking to all of them and telling them that this is what I think you should do and this is what I think that you should not do. So it's not that I don't feel I'm a professor, I don't feel that I'm teaching anything, I'm actually in conversation. So I love that, in being in conversation, speaking about your experiences and जो students उससे aspire करें.
नेहा जी, एज एन गेस्ट हैं आप यहाँ पर, एंड आपके ब्यूटीफुल अटायर के बारे में जानना चाहेंगे. डेफिनेटली ये मनीष जी के अटायर है, तो आप कुछ बताना चाहें आप?
मतलब आपने तो ऐसे बोल दिया जैसे आपको पता है मुझे लौटाना है, पर हाँ उनका मनीष जी का अटायर है.
No, अटायर हमेशा ब्यूटीफुल होता है, इसलिए मैंने
I think he has a way of getting the best part of a woman out, making it sensual, at the same time making it ethnic, at the same time keeping it grounded to your roots, whether it's the cut, the silhouette, the fabrics or the colors. And Manish and me, believe it or not, and I don't know if I should be giving this piece of information, I had to leave the house at 3:15 और ये आउटफिट मेरे पास 5 minutes past 3 पे पहुंचा है. मैंने कभी इसकी फिटिंग नहीं की, कुछ नहीं की. The minute I wore it, and he's not seen me in a long time, it always fits right. I don't know how Manish does it, but I don't ever find clothes that fit me right. But Manish's clothes always fit you right. It's just amazing.
I think I worked too long with too many women.
Yeah, I think Manish ko bolna hai, Manish, have you seen my latest Insta post? He's like, yeah, chalo main outfit bana dunga. Like he just sees it and you're ready to go.
ये मनीष जी का टैलेंट है।
और भी बहुत है।
और भी
बहुत है। हम वैसे बहुत बातचीत कर सकते हैं पर वक्त कम है, तो मनीष जी के टैलेंट के बारे में हम दूसरा एपिसोड करेंगे।
जी।
Thank you।
Thank you जी।
Thank you
so much and good luck.
Thank you।
Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I must start by saying that we're very sorry about the delay, but they're all good things that are going to happen today, and a little bit of wait is not a problem, right? All right. We're going to cheer you up in a little while. I know that you're in a rush to see the many more people that are going to come on stage, but how many of you are excited about that? Let's talk about that. Okay, so let's start with an exercise. Let's put our phones down for a minute. Tough? You know, this course that we're going to talk about is an online course. You're going to be talking about this course. You're going to be a part of this course. You're going to have it on your phones. Those two guys at the back just don't want to listen. Yeah. I got my people all around. Anybody with a phone in their hands, you're allowed to keep it in your handbags. You're allowed to keep it in your back pocket. I see you. I see you. We're going to play this game. Anybody who has a phone in their hand, the one next to it is going to scream, donkey. Let's try doing that. Do you spot any donkeys in the audience? Except the ones who are actually here to record things, and we would like to welcome that them as well. That is the media, of course. Thank you very much for being here. That phone rule and the camera rule is only for the students. How many students are here? Okay, great. So what do students do when they're sitting and going to be, what are you, 5 minutes away from seeing your all-time hero? 5 minutes away? What do? You pay attention. How do we pay attention? By putting our phones down. So is that a deal? We're going to have our phone. Oh, I see her. Having fun. I like this game a lot. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I have to say a very, very warm welcome. I'm really excited to be here this evening. We're going to have a lot of fun. More importantly, we're going to get to learn a lot of things while we're having a lot of fun. Clearly, as you can see, that we're here. We're going to be talking about this brand new course that is going to be started by INIFT and LST. It's called Learn from Manish Malhotra. Excited? About which part? That it's online. Are we excited about that? Or are we excited that it's only 52 weeks and you end up becoming fashion designers? Or are we excited that all you need to pay is 10,000 bucks and that's it? You could be a Manish Malhotra in the making. Are you excited about that? Okay, great. I'm also very, very excited about one more thing. Is the fact that right now, I'm going to, before we go ahead, I mean, of course, I'm going to keep spilling details about the course. We're going to be in conversation with the fabulous Manish Malhotra. But before that, I have to welcome someone very, very wonderful on stage. She is... Yes, but we have to describe her in many ways before she comes on stage. She's talented, she's an actress, she's a dancer, she's, you know, she's sultry and she's gorgeous and she redefines everything, like everything. Nobody, like, I wish see, people are falling backstage. The minute you say Malaika, people fall front of stage, people fall backstage. I mean, I can go on introducing her. Most importantly, she's a Wonder Woman and a very dear friend of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for MALAIKA arora. Welcome, Malaika.
Hi, Neha.
You look like $1 million.
You look like $1 trillion.
Oh my God! We're going to play this game for what, 6 minutes, right?
We can go on, right? All night. You look fantastic. I look fabulous.
You look beautiful.
You look stunning.
Your eyes are so deep.
Your hair color is just unreal.
Your hair is wonderful. Wait, most
we
importantly,
can do this all night, let me tell you. And
your
nothing.
outfit is amazing.
Oh my God, what are you wearing? It's fantastic.
It is a Manish Malhotra.
There you go. Come on, let's hear it for Manish, everybody. Wow, this is a full house, right?
It really is a full house, and we were playing a game right before you came in. We'll get you well versed with the game, but yes, you're allowed to use your phones for a minute as soon as your favorite person walks in on stage. After that, we go back to playing the game.
I didn't see the phones. Where are the phones? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Phones go up. Everybody. Woohoo! Woohoo! Okay, phones down now.
Yeah,
Game's
phones
over.
down now, yeah. We want you to pay attention. We want you to learn everything. This is where the course begins. Speaking of the course, Malaika,
But first, Neha, is it true?
it is. What?
Oh my God, it is true. Guys,
Yes,
it is true.
it is true that you can become a fashion designer in 10,000 bucks.
And it's an online course.
Yes.
Unbelievable. You get to do all of this online. You learn from the man himself, learn from Manish Malhotra. What more could you ask for? At
Absolutely.
10,000 bucks for 52 weeks?
Yes, and even before you enroll, what more can you ask for? That you have MALAIKA Arora right in front of you. Does it get better than that? Yes.
That's not an online course. Just want to tell you that.
Yeah.
That's right now, right here, in person.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's not even an application you can download. No. So yeah, respect. Phones down, guys. Okay, they're not going to listen. It's fine. But, more importantly, Malaika, you know a little bit about the course. We're in due course, we will get to know about the course.
There's a lot of course happening.
Yes. Okay, let's put an end to it there because there's a third one I can think of and we're not going to talk about that one.
Let's have our minds focused right now on the course that we're here for, right?
Yes. Yes. When you heard about it the first time, what was your reaction?
My reaction was, wow. And I think that's the most basic, most real, most genuine reaction. I was completely, blown away by the fact that you actually have these opportunities. I remember back then we didn't even have these opportunities, Neha, where you could actually, enroll online for something so economical and to learn from the best. That doesn't quite happen very easily. Let me tell you, you guys are really, really blessed to have this, don't you think? Don't you think? That's a very feeble yes. Let me tell you, if you're going to be like this, Manish is going to be really, really upset. He likes to see a little energy and vibe and fun, and isn't that what it's all about? Should we shake you up a bit?
No, I think what it is that the minute you go back to watching everything on your phone, I think a lot of them are just thinking कि घर जाके phone पर देख लेंगे ना सब कुछ जितना record किया है और जितना miss हुआ है जिसकी battery हो गई खत्म तो दूसरे ओर से उसको बोल देंगे WhatsApp कर देना वो video. Well, we're going to leave you to that. Your loss entirely, but we're still very happy to be here and being in conversation with you. Here's the thing. Speaking of videos, before we go any further, we have a short AV for all of you, which is a little bit that you're going to get to know about, learn from Manish Malhotra.
Absolutely.
Let's
Watch,
take a look.
listen, learn. We'll be asking questions.
Well, wasn't that fabulous? That deserves another round of applause, guys. Come on. And now let's invite on stage the man, the phenomena himself. He's somebody who's very well versed with couture, costume styling, entrepreneurship, of course, social media influencer, and he's revived almost everything that you thought in the fashion world couldn't be revived.
He did start his career as a model. Can you believe that? While studying at the Elphinstone College in Mumbai, but his love for sketching, passion for cinema, and penchant for clothes saw him veer towards costume styling. From his work with Hindi cinema, influential leading ladies, to launching his very own label in 2005, he tells design stories in a language like no one else, with elegance, ultra-femininity, and an unapologetic glamour.
His first international project involved designing a custom-made traditional outfit for Michael Jackson during the King of Pop's visit to India in the late 1990s.
Besides all the amazing women that you see on our screen, he has also styled Jean-Claude Van Damme, Reese Witherspoon in Meera Nair's Vanity Fair, Kylie Minogue, Jermaine Jackson, and his wife Halima Jackson. He has also designed the wedding outfits for the Princess of Riyadh.
He's brought his amazing aesthetic sense to costume design and styling for country's leading actors and style icons, and he's achieved all this without, I repeat, without any formal fashion education.
He is truly the perfect mentor with an unparalleled sense of all things fashion and style.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only
The guru, the maestro himself. Please put your hands together for Manish Malhotra!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the masterclass.
Manish.
These two beautiful women here in ivory, and aren't they glamorous and stunning?
And you wonder why?
A more warmer
You wonder
response.
why? Okay, one sec. Everybody gets your 5 seconds of camera time. Sorry.
Yes, 5 seconds of Manish.
Your time starts now.
They want 5
right
seconds
here.
of camera time.
Your camera
and after
time.
that, we have a deal, right? This is the part of the course. The only time you can pick up the phones is when you're actually online or starting the course. But when you're listening to Manish, you got to keep those phones down. Remember? Okay, take your 5 seconds now.
I like the sound of the camera. That sounded good.
Yes, thank you everybody.
Thank you.
To the media. Manish, please take
The
a
hot
seat.
seat is mine.
Yes,
The
that's
center
yours.
hot seat is yours.
Mala.
We shall flank
I'm
you.
going to feel very fat sitting in the center, but it's okay. I'm going to cover myself with this cushion.
Manish is feeling fat, believe me.
I mean, look at Malaika. Wouldn't all of us feel fat near her?
No, he's working out twice a day.
These days.
These days. I don't know what you're talking about being overweight. You're looking just fine.
I spoke so much in these classes that I had to now, and the next course is yet left, and I yet have to shoot for them, so I had to lose some weight to get that energy to speak of all those experiences of 28 years.
How does it feel to see a full house for you, Manish?
It feels great, so thank you everyone, and it's going to be an enjoyable evening.
So here's the thing, we're going to be asking Manish a whole bunch of questions about design. Malaika and me are going to be discussing fashion and style, so is Manish. At some point, we will be opening, it to the audience as well. We will be taking about 4 to 5 questions. So feel free to pay attention and keep your questions ready. We will be taking very few questions to make them count. And Manish, should we start from the beginning?
Should we start from the beginning, yes?
Yeah, so, Manish, I mean, of course, there was a huge emphasis that I made in my introduction, and I get blown away by it every time, that seriously, you've had no formal education, and at the same time, if I know you well enough, almost everything inspires you. When you put pen to paper, where does it start? What are your thoughts? How do you gather them? Tell us from the beginning.
Well, I think I grab inspiration from life, from people, from what I see, from flowers to nature, to people speaking, to their sense of style, to everything that I see. My entire childhood has been in a film theater. I think I've watched films so wide-eyedly, fascinated by cinema, songs, heroines, color, clothes, everything. And I think the one good thing I did, I was not such a good student, but one thing that I did, really saved me, and still till date I love doing, is sketching. So I kind of learned painting and art, and that's something I really enjoyed. And when it came to college, it was modeling. And it's that drawing that really got me interested in clothes. And in the year 1989, when I think most of the people here were not born, I kind of, and there was no course for men in Mumbai. So I thought, what to do? How do I start my career? What should I do? And that's when I got into costumes. And because I loved films, I love narratives, I love storytelling. And then I loved clothes and sketching. So that's where it all started. And inspiration was in movies from characters. But of course, when I came into movies at that time, I remember asking a producer, what's the script of this film? And he said, how dare you ask me the script? I mean, just make glamorous clothes. Sort of glamorous kapde banaye. And so that's how I kind of started giving looks to people. Like I would say, oh, you're a girl who lives here, so you would wear these kind of clothes. And this is your sense of dressing. Because I feel all of us, like you like ivory so much, and you like black, and you like very solid looks.
Yeah, I like
you
shades.
You like glamour. I like black because it makes me look thinner, I think. So so all of us have a type of likes and dislike, and the kind of clothes that we like. So that's the look that I would give in every film on my own. And slowly I started meeting directors, and producers like Karan Johar, Aditya Chopra, Ram Gopal Verma, and Dharmesh Darshan, so many of them who started including me in their script narrations and telling me about their movies. And that's when I introduced styling in films, and because I was so interested in what's the hair, what's the makeup, what's the bag that you're carrying. So I think sometimes I'm interested beyond what's expected out of me.
That's absolutely amazing. Malaika, I'm gonna.
No, that's really in depth. I think you look at him, you can actually hear the passion when the man talks. You know, he's not just talking anything off his head. You can see it, you can feel it, you can actually sense it, which is what is really truly amazing about you. What I want to ask you is, there are loads of schools, fashion schools over the years that have come, that have gone, that have stuck around. Lots of kids that have graduated become professionals. What's so different about Learn from Manish Malhotra?
Well, Learn from Manish Malhotra is not just a lecture, or I'm not turning professor. I think what I'm using this opportunity to reach out to all those youngsters who probably are confused or probably cannot make up their mind on the career, because today, on their careers in fashion or style, because there's so much to do today. There's fashion merchandising, there's business of fashion, there's red carpet styling, there's fashion styling, there's couture, there's spread diffusion. There's a lot today than there was when we started. Airport styling, so much. So I think that by speaking about my experiences and speaking about my journey of 28 years in the movies, and I still am working in the films, and in fact now working with the third generation of actors, and also from Fashion Week, being on the board of Fashion Weeks, and doing so many shows across the world, I thought it was really nice way for me to reach all those people out there and speak to them, and they can imbibe a little bit from my conversations, I'll feel really good. So I'm really thankful to London School of Trends and INIFD to come to me with this project, and I love reaching out to the young mind because they have so much to do, and you guys are the hope, and I hope that some of you all imbibe from this course and do a lot more with your life that you are right now thinking about what to do.
Be the next Manish Malhotra.
Or more,
Yes.
much
Or
more.
more,
I don't know
right?
whether it's being Manish Malhotra, but I think much beyond.
Yeah, but it's very magnanimous of you to let that happen and much more. And I feel that a lot of you need to understand that it also comes from a really large-hearted place, because a lot of what ends up happening, and I'm going to get to this point a little later on as well with you, is that a lot of designers don't like to share their craft, and with INIFD and with LST coming together and making this special course that's called Learn from Manish Malhotra, A is the fact that, it's so short, within 52 weeks is when it happens. B, it only costs 10,000 rupees, which is you're being generous enough and open enough to it doesn't matter, your socioeconomic reasons, or they cannot be the reasons to hold you back from learning. And
because for me, it was, sorry I'm interrupting you, but because for me it was very important that we reach out to as many people as we can. So I didn't want this course to be expensive, or I didn't want it to be something that, oh my God, very few or niche, very few people can connect to it. I wanted it to connect to as many people it can.
Did you ever fear sharing your craft, Manish? Because you do know that once it goes online, and everybody gets, at some point when they were making this course, this little course, which was, formulated around your name, did that ever come to your head that, oh my God, if I give away all my trade secrets, so to say, as harsh as it may sound, do you want to hold on to something, or you're willing to share everything that you know?
Well, I'm willing to share everything because I feel that in a creative field, craft changes, your way of looking at things should change. Keeping that whole, keeping your being, keeping yourself being and your belief, but yet it has to constantly change. Fashion changes every season. And I think that for me, I'm a learner. Even today, I'm torn between the love of movies, and I can never stop designing for films, and the business the label that I have. But I think for me, it's really important to be learning. I'm nervous backstage before every fashion show of mine. I don't take a single day and my work for granted. I wake up really early to cope up with all that work, and I'm on the head of all my assistants. Have you done this? Have you done that? So, and I think the biggest thing that I'm constantly speaking about in this conversation that I'm having, the masterclass, is to focus. Because I feel there's so much today, there's so much information out there for all of you all, And there's social media, there's internet, there's so much going on that in this time it's very, very important to discover yourself, one, and stick by that and focus on what you're meant to do.
Well, I'm going to come back to something that that you said, that you've so much going on. You've got your label. You've got you're on the board of like a million things. You're here, there. You're styling for films. You've got your own personal life. You travel. You do shows. There are a million things that this man does. I mean, sometimes it's difficult to kind of keep track or to keep up with it. Do you really think you will have that kind of time and dedication and all of that for our kids out here? How would you going to find that time for them?
Well, to be really honest, it's not possible for me to kind of, interact every day with somebody, and it's not possible for me to go to to one of the INIFD centers, every single day, and because I have so much going on. So I thought this was the best way to do our first series, and we are touching every aspect from theater design, because I designed for Mughal-e-Azam, and we made 550 costumes.
Unbelievable, may
Yeah,
I
it
add.
was like-
Applause, guys.
So it was crazy, and
And if you haven't seen that, you have to see it purely for the styling.
And I didn't even think that, oh my God, it's going to take so much of my time. And it was something that really I learned from. And from doing movies and fashion shows and putting a collection together. So these are the aspects and the journey that I'm constantly talking about in this masterclass. And I just hope that people can use that information or hear me out and use that in their life. And I think that would really be helpful.
So we have 24 hours
hope
in
so.
our day. I don't know how many hours in your day, because sometimes it seems practically impossible how he manages to juggle all of that and more and come out completely trumps in everything.
I think the problem that I have is I'm very commitment prone. If I commit to something, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes probably I don't do a good job. Sometimes I do a good job. But I definitely put in my 200% in it. So that's what it is.
And that's something that a lot of people should take note of, that it goes beyond the course. After the course, what? You're going to become designers, you're going to get certified, you're going to have amazing institutes like LST, INIFT, you're going to have a great name like Manish Malhotra, micromanaging or backing your sense of style and aesthetics. But I want to ask you a question, Malaika, and a lot of you should take note to listen, to understand something like this. And I want to ask her, because she's current, she's relevant, she's a fashionista, and she'll give you both sides to it. So imagine you have a brand new designer on, say, a Wednesday that you're working with, and on a Thursday you're dealing with Manish Malhotra and wearing an outfit that he's designed. So clearly, between a newcomer and Manish, you won't have any tips for, you'll be listening to. When you have a brand new designer that walks into a green room, who comes with a recommendation, what are your fears that you have in your head as a celebrity? Because it could go any way, right?
Firstly, I think it's never too old to learn. So whether you're a new designer, you're a veteran, you're a legend, whatever, you're never too old to learn.
I absolutely agree.
You always should be open to ideas, to criticism, to imbibing, because I think everybody comes with their own set of ideas, of rules, of stuff going on in your head. So you should be open to everybody. So
that's a very important point.
So whether it's a new designer or whether if I'm working with Manish, I think the idea is to be able to be on the same wavelength. I think that's what's most important. And I think I would entertain new or old with just the same enthusiasm, just the same openness. I would never ever feel that somebody's old or somebody's new.
For me, actually, I have a rule in my office. Like I tell all my assistants, I'm not looking for yes men. Whatever I do is not necessarily great, good. It could be bad, it could be awful, it could be whatever. Speak to me. Tell me what's working. Tell me what's not working. And I've never, I think, approached an actress or a movie or a bride by saying that I've been in the business, I know what I'm saying. Maybe my nature helps me in that I'm so wanting to know, what do you think about it? Listening to even say, sometimes my manager comes up with some suggestions which I really like. And I look at my assistant and say, he's saying something more than you're saying because he's listening to what I'm saying. So a suggestion can come from anywhere, and if that makes sense to you, you should go ahead with it. So you're always a learner.
Absolutely. And You know, so the points that we take back after a small discussion or question that I threw at Malaika is, one is that you're never too old to learn, which also means you're never too young to learn. And I mean, I would like to even address that. And the second thing is that you need to speak up, because you could be really, really talented, but if you walk into a room and any situation could intimidate you, if it's your first day or your second day at work, and you know, even if I were to walk into a room and I'm a fan of somebody, you could get intimidated. But these are the little things that if you know the craft and you own the craft and if you've studied it, you should definitely make sure that you go out there and you voice what you think is right, which may not necessarily be right, but there's no harm in it.
I think the most important thing is watch and learn. I think that's the most basic thing in life, and I think we all tend to take that for granted because somewhere we all feel that, oh, we know it. You know, we've been in the business long enough. Watch and learn. Trust me, it'll only enhance your thought process and as a person.
That's what I'm hoping from this course, that I'm hoping that all these conversations and the experiences that I share with everybody, and they could think that, oh, this is what I was thinking. This is what I was confused about. And they kind of get that confidence with my conversations with, you know, over the weeks. And that's exactly because each one of us has a bad day, has a absolutely blocked day in terms of inspiration or design. Every day is not Sunday, as they say. But it's just that you get up and you do what you're committed to, and you start looking, because you've got to deliver that outfit. So you start looking for inspiration, and you suddenly realize that book in front of you could be inspiring, or what you thought of or you saw a night before could be inspiring. So pushing yourself consistently and constantly is what is most important.
You know, those are great words, Manish. And then, of course, when you say Manish Malhotra, when you think Manish Malhotra, of course you think Bollywood and you think cinema. But the other thing that you think of is bridal wear. Now, where does, and when you're dressing a bride and it's her day, or, you know, the most important day in her life, I've seen you, and this is a first-hand experience. I've been in a store where he's entertaining 7 to 8 brides literally at the same time, and all of them, there's mayhem, because all 8 of them want different things and a different shade. And his attention. And a different shade of pink. I don't even know if there are like 8 different shades of pink, but Manish is there, you know, with your mind and, you know, wholeheartedly, you're paying attention. What does the word bridal wear mean to you? Does it excite you, or you're like, oh my God, there's going to be another bride and I need to make her happy? Is there pressure? Tell us about the pressure, because this is what they should know.
I like opulence, I like grandeur, I like all of it. But I think the bride today is changing. I mean, today's young girl knows exactly what she wants, which designer she wants to go for, which event. You know, the earlier brides who came, they came with their mother and their in-laws and their families. But today's bride, even if she comes with a mother or mother-in-law, they're just sitting quiet because she knows exactly what she wants, from the boy that she's marrying to the outfit that she wants. She knows it. And today's girls, I think, know so much. So here is to all you girls out there. Yeah, you all are fantastic. And you'll just know it. And I think the bride's changed, and she's more experimental, you know, and she wants to be traditional one day, and the other day she wants to wear something which is very, very modern and glamorous. And there's a lot of inspiration by you girls, actually. Seeing all you actors on red carpet and being the style divas that you all are, I think they're very inspired. And so, you know, you have one day of like a gown, and the other day of a Western glamorous dress, and then you suddenly have a traditional day. So today's bride is doing 5 to 6 different changes. And that's exactly what we're speaking about in our course as well. You know, we're speaking about brides, and we're speaking about bridegrooms and different styling and how to start that look, and how to start from a bridal collection to an independent and individual bride on what she should think and what she should look like.
Well, talking about pressure, have you ever faced pressure from your home front? Because I'm sure this is somebody everybody wants to know. I'm sure आपके पापा ने कहा होगा कि बेटा accountant बन लो, या कुछ doctor बन लो, या pilot बन लो. I mean, fashion stylist or a designer. Did you ever have to face any of that?
So my overprotective Punjabi mother, because I was a model, said hero ban jao. That's a given thing, right? So I was like,
Mera beta sabse pyara.
So I said, Mom, I'm squint, you know, my eyes are really small, I can't become a hero. But I was like, I wanted to do designing, and she was like horrified. But I have to give it to my parents, from being that wide-eyed kid watching a film every time I had a holiday. they never really stopped me. And when I had those two tailors in my room with packets and fabric, and I used to sleep in the same room, they were completely taken aback, but they were very supportive. And till date, they remain supportive. And somewhere untouched of what I'm doing, my mother actually asked me the other day, "Sariyan biki?" I was like, "Mom, you're making it sound like as if I take saris to every doorstep and said, please ek sari le lijiye." So they are that, I live with my parents, and they are that not, that disconnected with my work. But they are yet been but they are so supportive in terms of emotion and strength. And
So
that's
when
what
mom
matters.
steps out of the house and somebody says, "Ye Manish Malhotra pen rahe ho?"
Yeah. So
how
she
does
doesn't
she
react to
feel?
that. She says, "No, it's just a printed suit. I don't want to wear too much." Or she's like, I couldn't get over that question when she said, "Sariyan biki." I couldn't get over that. I said, "Mom, I mean,
Who's your mom's favorite designer?
No, my mom's favorite designer is me, of course. She's, you know how it is.
No biases there.
Yeah, but there's no
Clearly.
biases there. Yeah.
There's no discussion
Yeah.
there
But
at
we
all.
constantly, every morning when we have tea together, I have morning tea with my mother, and we always discussing only clothes, by the way.
That's
and
amazing.
From the iconic actresses like Meena Kumari and Madhubala to Nargis ji to all their beautiful work. We both love movies, so I think that's why she encouraged me about films.
Well, I'm going to go back to the bridal wear question. And I'd like to share this technical aspect of the bridal wear. And this is how detailed the course is. That even the...
Hey guys, isn't it, sorry, isn't that amazing that we're speaking about bridal wear with the new bride? She just got married, so clap for her. Yeah.
That's what she said. She's
Yeah.
speaking from experience. Yeah.
No. I mean, I had my bridezilla moment as well because I had 48 hours to plan my my wedding.
That was the quickest one.
But yeah, it's the quickest decision. I almost treated it like an appearance. Like, you get a call from your manager saying, "Delhi mein appearance hai, kya pehna hai, bridal." And I'm like, okay, fine. And I gave it 48 hours.
And
It was-
Patachala, it was her event. She was getting married.
yeah, it was a bit scary, but the decision wasn't. But yeah, getting the whole look together was. But
Did you figure out your pinks?
yes, I always wanted to get married in baby pink. And
Looked very pretty.
I did, thank you. And I did tell my now husband, then boyfriend, that please make sure that you match your pug and your pocket square to the color of my lehenga. And this was one night before. And it's a funny story because my lehenga had to be couriered into Delhi and there were thunderstorms. And they were like, "Ma'am, we have to shut the store. Your lehenga hasn't arrived." And I'm like, "You do know that I need it tomorrow?" They're like, "Why is it so urgent? Just take it tomorrow morning." And because it was, like they say, such a secret wedding, I was just like, "Yeah, but I have an event at 9 in the morning." And they were like, "But we'll give you something else." I'm like, "No, I want to wear that pink lehenga." And I was like in tears. Suddenly, I see a carton coming in and there's a pink lehenga that comes out of that. So yeah, I did
They
have...
look beautiful and they looked absolutely stunning. So let's give Neha a huge round
Thank
of
you.
applause and wish her all the love and happiness.
Thank you. Well, going back to the bridal wear details, and it's very important that everybody hears this because this is how beautifully the course is designed. That, in fact, the 9 modules around bridal wear that have been built are women's wear, men's wear, illustration, multi-channel retail, costume design, visual merchandising, styling, and of course, bridal wear. And that's where my next question is going to be, preparation for Fashion Week. You said that you're a bunch of nerves no matter what. It's been years and years of experience, but still you're a bunch of nerves before a fashion show. I've seen it in person as well. But you're very good, and you don't need to be a bunch of nerves. What are your tips when it comes to doing a fashion show that, okay, these are the 3 main things that you need to look into?